Today is March 18th, 2020, and this video is about the TV1 1T-C2-750 Dual DVI Scaler Plus. This is not intended to be a how-to video or a review. I have these listed on various sales platforms, online sales platforms, and I wanted people who saw them in the online listing to be able to look at mine and see that mine have been tested and are working. I have one connected, but they have all been tested in the same manner. If you want to see a review of these items or a how-to, if you do a web search or a YouTube search of 1T-C2-750, the first two videos that come up after the ads are videos from the manufacturer telling how to use these. Now I will try to put links in the video or put the manufacturer's videos on the end of my video. So I'm going to be just testing the basic functions. I'm not going to be testing the RS-232. I have it connected to a desktop computer on the floor here, and this laptop and this monitor. There's an HDMI monitor. This laptop is an HDMI laptop. The computer here has a DVI connector, so I'm using a DVI to HDMI cable connected to a HDMI to DVI adapter. And right now the input that's showing is the desktop you saw on the floor. If I press the input button, it changes to the laptop as the input. Again, the Corio2 screen comes up, then it goes to the other input. Not sure why. I mean, there is a large manual available on the manufacturer's website that can be downloaded. I downloaded it, but I did not read it. So basically I'm just pressing buttons so you can see the results of the button I press. And a lot of the stuff I'm doing is trial and error. So it's on the laptop screen now, and when I press the fade button, it fades out. The Curio screen may show up, and it fades. Fade again. Other input. Fade. So now I'm just pressing the buttons that I've had experience with, and I know what's gonna happen. Sometimes I'll press a button and it'll go into a screen that I don't remember how to get out of. Fade again. Okay, this is the P&P button. It'll bring up the, well, let's just say it goes to the Curio screen. Input 2, other input, P&P. Now, I'm not sure what the key and the ABZ is for. I will probably press it later, but I don't want to do it now because sometimes I press a button and I can't get back to the previous screen. Okay, so I'm going to press preset 1, and it'll go to these presets are probably the previous owner's presets, and I don't really know what they're for or what they did. Again, I'm not trying to be an expert on this. I'm just trying to show that mine are working. Preset 2 preset 1. And I believe to get back to the previous screen, you go off picture in picture. Okay, right. Okay, did I do the fade? I did the fade, I believe. Input, second input, fade. Okay, now when I press the menu button, the 1T-C2-750 comes up, and you can go to submenus, and this is where sometimes I press menus and I end up getting this is the menu. If I press while the menu's up, if I press the PIP, it sometimes it should go to submenu. Nope, key. Well, interlaced. Okay, I'm gonna go back to menu. Oh. Okay, at some point the submenu should come up. Okay. Okay, the desktop computer probably went to sleep. But that's the basic functions of the item I just wanted to show. Let's see let's power off. You have to press it, it goes into standby. Press it again, it goes to off. Okay, I believe the desktop on the floor was asleep and now it's awake. Standby, press the standby. I believe it goes into standby. And I thought it would go off, but I guess it doesn't. I'm gonna press the standby again, see if it goes on or off. Standby, it goes on. Try to get to those sub menus again. Okay, adjust presets. Okay, system advanced menus, sub menu, adjust outputs, adjust windows, adjust layers, adjust borders, adjust sources, adjust buttons, adjust resolutions, system. Let's see if I can get to the system, see what that does. I guess that tells you the software version of the item, which may be different depending on which one is shipped. System's date, which may be different depending on which one is shipped. Okay, so that's it. As I say, each one has been tested, and I do my videos mostly so people who see it online can see the item and know it's working. But if the video helped you out in any way, press the YouTube subscribe button. Even if you never intend to come back and watch another one of my videos, it helps me get to the point where YouTube pays me for the videos I post. And press the subscribe and like. Only thing I don't ask people to do is to press the bell button, because each one of my videos is different than an unrelated material. Thank you.
Welcome back to the TV1 Training Academy studio. We're going to talk about one of my favourite products today. We're going to talk about the 1T-C2-750. It sits within our 1TAS range, but it's a really powerful little scaler. Let's have a look at it. It's probably easier than explaining. I'll show you what comes in the box in a minute. Let me just show you the unit for a sec. So this is it. It's really small. You can see it's smaller than 1/2 run rack unit, and it's just great. It's got 2 inputs. Now, what a lot of people confuse this as being a DVI only unit, but it's not. You might expect from TV1 we can put adapters on it. Now it's a HDMI unit, so I can convert all these to HDMI. I can also convert the inputs to VGA as well, or HD15. So I've got a really flexible unit in here in things I can do with it. And like I said, it's very easy at first glance to just look in our catalogue and think that this doesn't do anything more. But there, right away, I've got a unit that's pretty flexible. Like I've now got a VGA input, HDMI input, and HDMI out. You see at the front, we have the on-off button. We have the ability to switch between presets. It's got more than 2, obviously. We can access 2 from the front panel, but there's many more accessible behind. We've got 2 inputs, so the input button switches between the inputs, and then we can also switch the layer order. We can fade to black. We can put a key on and set a pip. And then the menu, and you'll see in a future video, the menu is an on-screen menu. The way we control this is either from the front panel, so it could be maybe for a university or a boardroom. All you want to do is switch between a couple of presets and switch between the inputs. Do that from the front panel. If you want to do something more, then you might program it onto your control panel and control it that way. Controlling this unit is RS-232. If you want to adapt that, you can get adapters to adapt that to IP. So that's the unit itself. We get a full user manual. It shows you the 2 derivatives, the 760 and the 750. And in here, it's got a little warranty card in here. So, and I always encourage people to sign up for this to get the most out of their warranty. And as usual, it's a really comprehensive manual from TV1. That's the optional remote control. But it tells you everything you need to know. With our products, if you want to learn out more, of course, you can come on one of our hands-on training courses. The next video we'll shoot in a minute will show you a little bit more as well. Here's the power supply. As usual for TV1, it's a locking power supply. And finally, we have our power adapters as well. So as usual, the 4 types. So that's your standard UK with the earth on it. We have European, American and Australian is the normal 4 we get. And finally, in here, I always really like to tell people how many rubber feet you get, and with this unit you get 4. The other thing, and if you look at our other videos for the RM220 rack shelf, if you want to rack shelf this, you can see the screws holes here, means you can rack mount it as well. This is a brilliant little product, really cost effective, really powerful, does dual picture-in-picture, it does dissolves, it does clean switching. It's a brilliant product, so watch out for our future videos where I'll be showing you how to use it. That's the 1T-C2-750. Welcome to the TV1 Training Academy studio. We've been talking about the 1T-C2-750. Great little device. As you can see, it's got 2 inputs, 1 output, also RS-232 for control, locking 5-volt power. If you want to find out more, go back and see one of our earlier videos. Of course, one of the worries is that it's a DVI and people want to use HDMI. Well, this unit, I've got a bit of everything going on. So I can put these adapters on, and I can convert all of the inputs and outputs to HDMI, and I can also make the inputs VGA or HD15 as well. Now this unit I've plugged in and I've plugged it up. So input 1 is this computer down here. It's coming out VGA, and the other computer is coming out HDMI. So I can control this unit either by the RS-232 or which could be we do a PC control package called Corio2 Suite, also from the front panel or from third-party automation as well. From the front panel I can do some simple stuff, like if I want to change input, I can change. You notice here I'm fading to black, fading up from black. That could also be a dissolve as well, or a wipe or something like that. I can also fade to black. So if I've got something on screen, I just want to fade it out while I talk about something else, and then push it again, fades it back up. You'll just note there's some hotkeys on here for picture-in-picture, keying, layers, that sort of thing. And then at the far end, we've got presets. So far enough, the presets gives me different views. So I've set this up so we come into the room. We've got both the outputs we want up on the screen. Could be we're collaborating in a huddle room or something like that. Want to see both, and then we want to switch full screen to see the main piece of work we're looking at, and then we want to change input. Now I've set this up fairly simply on the inputs and the presets. If you wanted, for example, to select a still image store or change the zoom of the image, or you wanted to overlay them, you can do that using the menus. The menus are on screen, so they appear on the screen, and then we can just go down them. So you can see this is where I load presets. I've got loads of presets I can choose from. I can switch between different menu versions. So this at the moment on advanced menu, so that gives me additional features that some people may not need, so you can switch it to simple as well. If I carry on down through the menus, I can adjust the output of the unit, so things like changing the aspect ratio, maybe changing the resolution. The windows are what we call these images. So I had 2 images a moment ago. We call those windows, Windows A, Windows B. We can go and adjust all the parameters of that, including the size, position, priority. Keep on coming down. We can just keying, borders, go into all of the sources and adjust them, transitions, and resolutions, and then it goes into more system settings, which I won't go into. Of course, the great thing is, as well as programming it via the menu I've just shown you, you can also do it through a PC package called Corio2 Suite. So we're a huge fan of the 750 here at TV1. If you want to find out more, have a look on the website. There's loads of information on there about it, or why not sign up to one of our training sessions, and we'd love to teach you all of the features this unit's got. So that's the 1T-C2-750.